Assalamu alaikum, guys. Welcome to the next chapter of Mathematics B. So, our next topic is trigonometry, one of the important chapter, trigonometry. So, we have 6 topics in total. The topics are two dimension, number 2, angle of elevation or angle of depression. Number 3, solving trigonometric or ratio, solving trigonometric ratio. Number 4 is bearing. Number 5 is 3 dimensions. Number 6 is scale drawing. Okay. So before that, we will learn basic trigonometric functions and stuff. So first, this is the right angle triangle. Because this is 90 degree. This is the acute angle. And this is theta or alpha. So theta or alpha, it is the angle that can be given by the question. In the question, they may tell you to find out the angle. So it is denoted by theta or alpha. Okay. So our main question is, why do we use a Pythagoras theorem in a right angle triangle? Why is it a right angle triangle? And what is Pythagoras theorem? We don't have any idea about Pythagoras theorem. Okay, for example, think this in this triangle, this is point A, this is point B, and this is point C. So in Pythagoras theorem, let me check the book. Yes. In Pythagoras theorem occurs in right angle triangle where the hypotenuse square, that means AC square, is equals to AB square plus BC square. So the question is, so the thing is, Pythagoras theorem occurs in a right angle triangle, and here the summation of AB whole square and the summation of the magnitude of BC square is equals to AC whole square. It is like the summation of adding the whole square of both the sides is equals to the resultant to the whole square of the other side. So now let's look at some things. At the opposite side, the right angle triangle is called hypotenuse. So this is the right angle triangle. This is 90 degree. This is 90 degree. And the opposite, I'm talking about this side, and the opposite side of this, and the opposite side of the right angle triangle is hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. The opposite side of the angle or theta is I'm talking about this side, talking about the whole this side. This is called opposite. And the other side, which is remaining, I mean this one, talking about this side, we call it the adjacent. Okay, so what does Pythagorean theorem state? That the sum of the two sides of the red triangle is equal to the hypotenuse. It means opposite whole square plus adjacent whole square is equals to hypotenuse whole square. Okay, so without further ado, let's go to our next math. I am doing math from the unique O-levels mathematics question paper. So go to page number 249. Exercise IA1, 2-dimension, paper 1. Let's solve number 5. Okay, so let me first draw the diagram. This is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Okay, the total length of A to C is given 12.6 centimeter. The length of AB is 4.9 centimeter. The angle of BAD or DAB, which is the same thing, because in the last class I told you the middle alphabet matters. Consider the angle in the middle. Consider the angle that is the middle alphabet. So BAD or DAB, they're the same thing, and the angle is given 35 degree. Okay. So in the question, they said in the triangle ABC, AC is equals to 12.6 centimeter, ABC equals to 4.9 centimeter, angle BAD, as in angle BAD, this angle, I'm talking about this angle as this angle BAD, as A is the middle alphabet, so always consider the middle angle. Okay, always consider the middle alphabet. Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, so in the question in part A, our question has 3 part, and this question is from June 93, question number 29, and see, it has a mark. The question was given 7 marks. Damn it. Okay, so we will do our math in 3 significant figures, okay, not in 2 significant figures. So find in 1, 2, 3 SF. Instead of writing significant figures, I just wrote SF to save time. So in part A, they told us to find the length of BD. But before that, I forget to show you something. Well, the opposite side of the 90 degrees is called the hypotenuse. The opposite side of the theta or alpha is called the opposite, and the remaining side is adjacent. I hope this is clear, right? Okay, this is also a right angle triangle. So let me introduce 3 trigonometric functions, or yes, to 3 trigonometric functions. So one is sine theta, one is cos theta, and another one is tan theta. So what do you mean by sine theta? Do you guys have any idea? And it can also be written as sine x, cos x, tan x, sine y, cos y, tan y. So I'm changing the alphabets only. In the question, it can be anything, so it doesn't matter whether you write theta, x, or y. Basically, we need to find the angle. The main thing that you need to understand is what is sine x, what is cos x, or what is tan x. Like, what's the function? how do we find out sine, cos, tan? Okay, so what does sine eventually mean? Sine x, for the example, sine theta. Sine theta means opposite by hypotenuse. So let me draw a triangle here. The opposite angle of the right angle triangle is hypotenuse, and if this is the angle or theta, in this example we consider it theta, so let it be theta. And this side is called, the opposite side of the angle is adjacent, no, is opposite. So when you divide the magnitude, the length of hypotenuse by sorry, my bad. When you divide the side of opposite by hypotenuse, what we will get is sine theta. We are not getting the angle, we are getting sine theta. We are getting sine also with the angle. Okay, so the thing is, if you divide opposite by hypotenuse, what we will get, it's sine theta. Okay, now same example is for cos x. Cos theta. So what does cos x means? How do you find cos x? Cos x means adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So you remember which side is the so guys, do you remember which side is the adjacent? See, if you see the equation, it is given adjacent by hypotenuse, so we know that the side opposite of the right angle triangle is hypotenuse. This is hypotenuse. This is basic easy stuff. And the remaining side, I'm talking about this side, which is opposite of the alpha, or theta is opposite. I'm talking about this remaining side. This is called adjacent, right? So if you divide adjacent by hypotenuse, what we will get? We will get cos theta. Okay, and if you divide and what is opposite, which is the angle opposite of the alpha or theta, divided by adjacent, the remaining side, what we will get? We will get tan theta. Okay, let me grab this one for you. And this is, so it is given opposite, so this is opposite angle, the side opposite of the angle or theta or x and y, the alphabets or the variables doesn't matter, and the remaining angle adjacent. So if you divide opposite, If you divide this side with this side, you will get tan theta. Okay, guys, is it clear? Let's go back to our practice problem. Okay, in the question it is given that angle BDC is 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree, and then we need to, they told in 3 significant figures the length of BD. Now we need to find the length of BD. So which side is BD? Let's highlight it. It told us to find out the length of this side. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have this total length, the side of AB, which is this one, the angle in between them, and the angle. So from the 3 formulas or equations that we learned just now, can you tell me which one will we use now at this moment and why we will use that? Can you guys tell me? So see, we are given an angle and a side AB, and it told us to find out BD, which is this side. So do you guys remember what I just told you? The side opposite of the angle is opposite. And what we are given with? We are given my mistake. This side is also $90. Now the question is, why did I make it 90 degree? In the question it wasn't given that the angle is 90 degrees. So how did I understand that the angle ADB, is 90 degree? Well, you can, by looking at the diagram in the book, you can understand that the angle of ADB is 90 degree. We can just apply Pythagoras or trigonometric ratio without right angle triangle. So the angle opposite of the side opposite of the right angle triangle is hypotenuse. So they told us to find the height AB, which is the opposite. So from the equation, can you tell which one we will use now? We will use sine theta is equals to opposite by hypotenuse. So the angle given is sine 35. The opposite is BD. In the question they told us to find BD. The opposite is what? The opposite is BD, which in the question they told us to find. And what is the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is 5. Now, hypotenuse is 4.9. So BD is 4.9 multiplied by sine 35 equals to 2.81 centimeter. Oh guys, if you look in the question, all the lengths are given in centimeters. So our length of PD or of AD, it will be in centimeters. They didn't to told us to find this meter or or millimeters, told us to find in centimeters. So we will not change the units. Number one, always check the units. It is very important. Always check whether you have write the magnitude of your answer in 3 significant figures. Do what the question says. Okay, it's 2.1 centimeter. Okay, so how did we understand that it is sin x? Why did we use sin x? In the question, we are given with the hypotenuse of 4.9 centimeter magnitude. They told us to find BD, and we know the angle of PAD is 35. So if we consider, we know hypotenuse, we know the hypotenuse, we know the opposite, which in the question they told us to find, and we know the angle. So if we relate, we use sine theta. You need to check that when do we need to use sine, cos, or tan. Oh guys, and there is a very okay. First, let's solve this math. Then we will proceed. In part B, they told us to find the length of AD. So which side is AD? They told us now to find out this side AD. Now we already know AB, the angle between them is 35. Now we find out BD. Now they told us to find AD. Okay, how we will find it? Okay, let's begin. In the question they told us to find the length of AD. So if you guys remember what I told you, the opposite angle of 90 degree is hypotenuse, which is this one. The opposite side of the angle, theta or alpha, is this one, which is the opposite, and the remaining angle is adjacent. Okay, so now try to understand. They told us to find AD. So our angle given is 35. Okay, and in the question already it is given 4.9. Okay, in the question it is already given, this side is already given in the question, this side is 4.9. So in that case, can we guess which trigonometric function will we use? We know this is the adjacent and this is the hypotenuse, and our angle is given. So let's see, is it adjacent? No. Is it adjacent? Yes. But is it adjacent by hypotenuse? Yes. So now we will use cos theta. Now we will use the cos function. Cos theta is equals to adjacent by hypotenuse. So what's the value of cos? What's the angle of cos theta? It is cos 35. What is the adjacent? The adjacent is the adjacent is 80, which I told to find in the question. And what is the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse is 4.9. Now if you use your calculator, you will get 4.01 centimeter. Guys, do the math step by step. Do not miss any step. It is very important. The examiners wanna see every single step, and you know too that you are walking baby steps. You must learn, practice it a lot, and when you become expert in it, then skip some step. But writing these formulas, showing every single step is important, and it's better if you also do this. Okay, so it is 4.01 centimeter. Now let's see what they told us to find in question 9 in part D. In part D, they told us to the nearest degree the size of angle BCD. So let's check what is angle BCD. This is BC, this is CD, BCD. So in the middle alphabet is BCD. In the question what they told us to find BCD, and the middle letter is C. So if you check the triangle BCD, they told us to find out this angle. We don't know this angle. Okay, let's find out. Now, before starting part C, let me tell you something. I did this math with cos theta, right? In the question they told us to find AD. We already knew AB, we knew BD. You guys can tell me that why didn't we apply Pythagoras theorem? Why did we apply cos theta? You can also say that what will happen to the answers? Will it be different? No. First of all, we need to practice more about the sine function, cos function, and tan function. Yes, even if you did it with Pythagoras theorem, like the hypotenuse whole square is equals to opposite whole square plus adjacent whole square, the answer will be all right. Okay, so there is no doubt about that. Just make sure to give your answers in 3 significant figures. Let me see if there is anything I can tell you more about for part B. And you can also say, then why didn't we use this angle and then find this angle? Wouldn't it be simpler? Well, yes, you can find this angle by doing 180 minus 35 minus 90 degree. Okay, then you will get this angle, and then you will find out this. Okay, it is also okay, but in our question the sides and the angle are already given. It is the magnitudes that they gave. So if I find this angle, we will give it in decimal places. It can be 3 point. Suppose that think that we get a value of 35.1 or 35.4, 35.2. See, it is thing that we got the answer in decimal places, which will affect your final answer. That's why we didn't consider this angle. We consider the angle and the side which was given in the question paper to make sure that we get a perfect, a precise answer. Okay, I hope you guys understand. So in part C, they told us to find angle BCD. Let's proceed. So what do we know in this map? We we know AC, we know BC. Okay. Now this is a very interesting math. Either you can solve this math by consider this as a whole big triangle. I mean, you can consider this as a whole big triangle. This. So if we find this angle, this is the opposite, and this is if you solve this math by using a large triangle, then this will be 90-degree. It will be the opposite side, and this is hypotenuse. So in that case, what it will be opposite again hypotenuse. Right. Let's apply Pythagoras theorem. You can also apply Pythagoras theorem because you guys already know the hypotenuse, the opposite, this is adjacent. You can also apply the Pythagoras. You can also consider these individually. I mean, theta is given right, so why not? Subtracting the side. They told us to find. Oh no. Let's do it in this way, okay? Let's do it using the large triangle method. I hope it will be easier. That's why I am doing in this way.